I went from struggling, living a constricted life, a life full of scarcity, a life where I was suffocating, to a life in overflow, in abundance, an overflow of resources, an overflow of money, relationship, of love, of all these things. And I found that in order to be someone else, in order to be the one who is fearless, confident, certain, the one who has a lot of things, who has a lot of material things, you need to be an open vessel. So I found that if I'm being an open vessel, then be open towards God, higher power, universe, whatever you call it. I call it God. And receive infinite blessings, infinite wisdom, infinite inspiration. And I think that this is the number one thing, that's the only thing we need. We don't need more resources, but we need resourcefulness. And I never understood this. This is something that great people, like even billionaires, speak about. They say that you need to be resourceful, you need to be creative, and it's true. Like the biggest people in this world that have the most resources are the most creative. So I believe that these people, their vessel is open, right? And a lot of people, they don't know how to listen to their own vessel or how to be an open vessel in order to receive blessings and be some kind of vessel that flow, like a lot of blessings flow through them, right? So let's get into it. And I have a list written down. So the number one thing is to give, right? So let's talk about money, relationship, and all the things. The number one thing in order to receive is to let go. In order to receive, you need to let go. And this is something that I just never understood. I just don't understand what people talk about, like letting go, detachment. I just don't understand. But let me give you an analogy like this. It will be so simple to understand. It will enrich your life, this kind of wisdom, because it enriched mine. And this information came from being an open vessel, right? So breathing. Breathing is the same as receiving. Why? Because when you breathe in fresh air, right? The oxygen is infinite. That's from God. The only thing I need to do is to breathe in. But the problem is that people, the moment when they breathe in, they want to breathe in oxygen, or they want to breathe in money, or they want to be an open vessel, or have these infinite blessings in their life. They don't understand that the letting go part, the breathing out. So if you breathe out, now I must breathe in, right? So this is how energy works. This is how a river works. This is how money works. This is how everything works. In order to receive, and this is what we want to breathe in, you need to let go. You need to breathe out. So in terms of money, you need to give. So what I've done is, I remember like a story of Dubai. A couple of years ago, I just went to Dubai, and I was so sick and tired of scarcity that all of a sudden I lost my mind, and I took my last amounts of money and I just booked a one-way ticket to Dubai. This was crazy because it was my first time ever, right? I don't know what went through my mind, but it was a bit impulsive. Best decision ever. But to make this story short, I had a family back home with kids. I needed to take care of them back home. But at the same time, I went to Dubai, so I went for 1 month, and it turned out that this 1 month got extended to couple of months. So I was a couple of months of Dubai. Just think about it, like I don't have enough money, and I need to provide for both. So I need to provide for myself in Dubai, and at the same time I need to provide for my family in my home country, right? So what happened is, the first day when I arrived, the first week, I went to pray in a mosque, and there was this guy. He came to me and he said, like, listen, I came to Dubai to make it, but right now, like, everybody depends on me, my family, like everybody depends on me, and I don't want to fail, right? And this guy told me, like, out of the blue sky, like, listen, I need right now 500 dirhams, something like that. It's around like $150, I believe. And he said, like, listen, that's what I need right now. And in order to stay in Dubai and to fulfill this dream that I have to provide for my family to do, and this guy just burst into tears. And I told him, like, okay, how much do you need? I need 500 dirhams today, and if I don't have the 500 dirhams, then then I'm screwed. Like, and then I failed everyone. I failed my whole family, right? So at that time, I had like 500 dirhams in my pocket, but I didn't have much. So I had like a couple thousand dirhams, maybe 2,000 in total, and 25% of that amount, this guy, it was my first week of arrival, and he asks me if I can donate 500 dirhams to this guy. So 25% of the total amount of money that I have in my pocket. And I think it was even less than that. It was even less than, I think that even the percent it's higher than 25% of all the money that I had. And I needed to survive for the whole month, if you understand what I'm saying. So this guy, I don't know what this guy thought. He thought I was some kind of sheikh back then, a couple of years ago. So I just thought like, okay, it's a coincidence. Like, just right before this moment, I was praying to God to provide for me. And the one thing that he gave me right after is a guy begging for money and being in a similar situation like me, like everybody depends on me to succeed, right? So I just gave him the money. And what it has done is, when I gave the money, it gives you like some kind of, okay, now I'm screwed. Like, now you need to make money. Like, but the thing is that it's not much. But even though, like, when it's not much, at that moment, that's all you have. So you attach yourself to that resources, like it's my last money, right? So what it comes down to is that I just gave, and that's the moment when I think a couple days later, I closed my high ticket client of around 6K, 6K in total. And that was my first high ticket close. So I got 20x that, like 10x that amount, because the reason why it was 10x, because it was a 6K deal, but it came in parts, like in monthly parts. So it was like, on a monthly, it was like 1.5K a month, something like that. It was 1.5K, something like that. So in order to receive, you need to give. That's just a law, and it's just like how breath work, how everything works, right? The number two thing that happened is to surrender. Surrendering is the thing that kept my vessel open, because the moment when things don't go your way, we human beings were extremely like huge control freaks, right? So by controlling, we want to control the outcome. We want to have positive outcomes. The problem is that we don't know what is positive or negative. There's a lot of things that happened to me that were super negative back then, but looking back right now was extremely positive. Like the story that I mentioned about the guy in Dubai that came to me. This guy literally has opened the door for me to, like, by me giving him money, that opened the door for breathing. It's like breathing out, now there's room to breathe in again, right? And this sounds weird, but this is something that you need to experience or live. It's the same thing as like, I can right now explain to you how it feels like swimming in the ocean, but the only way that you truly can know how it actually feels is by jumping into the ocean. And this is what I invite you to do, is to apply these things, apply the giving principles, and experience that when you breathe out, when you give money, this is an experience, like it will come back, it will find its way back to you, right? So the number two thing is surrendering. This is something that also has extremely opened my vessel, is being open-minded. So surrendering, being open-minded is being open, surrendering is being open. Like, when things happen, you confront them. Like, you confront these things, and it's the same thing with monster in the closet. This is like a great analogy. If you keep avoiding the closet, if you keep avoiding the monster in the closet, then you run away of it and you're resisting the monster in the closet. And the moment when you resist the monster in the closet, it's super sad, because you live your life in resistance and you can't move on till you open the closet and you realize that there is no monster, right? And it's the same thing with surrendering. Like, the act of surrendering is the act of going to the closet, opening the closet and seeing and finding out that there is no monster. And the only way to do this is by surrendering your fears to God, to a higher power, to the universe. And this is the only way how it worked out for me. And it's the same thing for when I was doing e-commerce, like this taught me surrender. Like the moment when you take risks, the moment when you hire. Like I have a whole team working for me right now, and the moment when you hire, you need to surrender. Like you need to surrender because the reason why people don't want to hire is because they're afraid that they're not being able to manage the costs and to pay the costs. But this is like literally breathing out. When you hire, this is letting go, breathing out, surrendering. It's different wording, but it's the same thing all over again. So right now, if you're going through a process that you know what you should do, you know that you need to, as an example, wake up earlier. You know that maybe you should reach out to someone out there. Maybe you should approach someone. Maybe you should call someone. Maybe you should do the uncomfortable thing, and you just surrender to that thing. You surrender by being open. So this is a bit hard to explain because right now I can't know what's the best decision that you can make. I don't know. The only thing that I can say is that surrendering is the thing that has led me towards the desired outcome, right? And in order to keep surrendering, it's like walking a road knowing that you will get there, but you're in the dark, like you can't see anything. The only thing that you can see is you have this small flashlight and you can only see the footsteps in front of you, right? So I don't know which direction you should go. I can't say to you like, hey, you should do drop shipping, or you should do trading, or you should go to this bar. These things I don't know. The only one who truly knows is God and you. That's the only one who knows, right? So you need to trust that higher urge, that higher calling. You need to trust it, right? And it's as if walking in the shadows, in the dark, having this small flashlight, stepping one foot in front of the other, following the path, and just trusting your gut feeling, your gut instinct. And in order to make the right decision, which direction you need to go, you need to have an open vessel. Your vessel needs to be clean. It doesn't need to be distorted. And what are the things that distorting that vessel? It's fear, it's emotional stuff, the wantingness, lack, fear of missing out. All these emotions are the things that are distorting the vessel. Because let's say, as an example, you are walking in the shadow, and at that moment you start to become afraid. And what will happen? You stop moving, you will just hide somewhere, and you will never reach the desired destination. You will just hide somewhere under a tree and just be scared because it's scary out there, it's dark, and you hear weird noises and all this stuff, and you just are in hiding mode. You're paralyzed, you're stuck. And this is what most people experience. And they're hiding, and this hidingness becomes a prison to them, because right now they're in this place that they don't want to be in, but they also don't want to go out there because it's too scary, and they stay there, and all of a sudden now they get even more scared because now the danger is coming to them. I experienced this. So hiding is not the answer. Fear of missing out is not the answer. Fear in any sense is not the answer. The only thing that you need to do is having trust, faith, and surrendering. Surrender the fear. Surrender these low-level emotions, these FOMO and wantingness. Surrender that. Surrender lack. Surrender that. And they say that this is the reason why you have people that keep running in the shadows and they never come out, right? And this is me. I've been running in the shadows for years upon years upon years, circling around, don't know which direction to go. And people also call it like, yeah, it's that. Like, I can't explain it better. Like, you're just running circles, you're staying stuck, you're getting nowhere. And then you have other people that are walking, so it takes them the same effort, but these people, they reach the destination, because walking in circles is also walking. It's exerting the same effort as walking in a straight line to your destination. And this is what most people do. People, they are just walking in circles. And this gives you the illusion that this person is gonna get somewhere, not realizing that this person is just wasting its time, wasting its energy, getting nowhere in life. And what they do is, it's like an ant, right? It's like an ant, and they're stuck in a circle, and they keep walking. They keep trying to find a way out, not realizing that there is no circle. That's the problem. So if you draw a circle right now, a perfect circle, this ant is gonna endlessly search for the exit. Endlessly, right? But it never finds it. But the perception of the ant is, oh, I'm walking towards my destination. But if you zoom out, and if I'm looking at the ant, I'm just looking, and this ant is just moving around in circles. That's why you should never compare yourself with someone else. You should never have FOMO. And I think that every person, every human being on this planet has been in a situation where they're just like the ant walking in circles. And you have some people, they walk a straight line towards their goal, right? And they get there super fast. But then all of a sudden they start to get attached, afraid. And this is also the thing that closes up the vessel. So they get a closed vessel, they starting to run around in circles in a later phase in their life. For me, I've run so much in circles that I'm sick and tired of running in circles, and I was like this ant, like, I'm sick and tired of this, I'm sick and tired of running, and I just stopped, surrendered, and looked at the circle, and all of a sudden I realized that it was all along me. I was the problem, because I was stuck in this comfort zone. The circle is the comfort zone. And in order to get somewhere in life, to reach your goals, to reach your destination, to do great things, to be above other people, and not be above in other people in the sense of arrogance. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about being extraordinary, having more money, being part of the 1%. And everybody knows that 1% of humanity is extremely abundant and infinite and rich. And then you have the other 99% where they're less fortunate than the 1%, if you understand what I'm saying. And most people, they want 1%. Most people, they want to go up, they want to have a better life. And the only way to get there is to surrender. And this is the thing that helped me, and this is the thing, and the reason why you surrender is to have an open vessel. And the moment when you have an open vessel, that's the moment when you have inspiration that comes in, flows in, creativity and all these things, and then you can reach these things that we talked about in the beginning of the video. Last but not least is having an abundance mindset. This is being an open vessel. If you're an open vessel, you realize that creativity is infinite, right? So like a river, when it flows, the ocean is infinite. The river flows infinitely, right? Breathing is infinite. It's infinite. Like I can breathe endlessly, right? And there is enough oxygen for everyone. There is more than enough. So if you realize that people, let's give you a great analogy. When people are breathing, if you realize that there's not enough breathing, then people, they will start to preserve their breath, and they will do like, they will not breathe properly because they're afraid that there will not be enough oxygen. So they try to preserve oxygen by not breathing enough, right? But this is absurd. Like me and you both, we're thinking like, this is absurd. Like there's enough oxygen in the air, an infinite amounts of oxygen, and you can breathe infinitely. If I would ask you like right now, how much can you breathe? Endless, infinite, right? And if you realize that if you can breathe endlessly, then you can also have all the other things in your life infinitely. Relationship, people around you, infinite money, infinite resources, infinite everything, like infinite power, infinite creativity, whatever you want, right? So, of course, who's the creator of oxygen? Who's the creator of breath? Who created me? It's a higher power, it's God, right? So God has created us and given us infinite trees that we can plant, infinite resources, infinite abundance, infinite rain, infinite oxygen, infinite food, whatever. It's all infinite, right? It never ends. And the moment when I die, till the day that I'm here, I will keep eating infinitely, breathing and doing all these things infinitely. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that it's all infinite, right? So don't be scarce with your creativity. Don't be scarce with your resources. So if you right now have an idea, act on that idea and make sure to breathe in. Make sure to breathe that in. So the moment when you got an idea or an insight or an urge or something that you want to do out of inspiration, act on it immediately, right then and there. Act on it immediately, and that's what I call instant manifestation. The moment when you have a thought, you want to buy someone a gift for someone, you get an urge to create content, you get an urge to call this person, you get an urge to go somewhere because maybe this person has the answers to what you need, or there is some kind of opportunity all of a sudden, job seeking opportunity, whatever, it doesn't matter, like you name it, right? You act on it instantly. And just realize that after you've done the thing, more things will come your way. And the more you give, I found that this is literally my experience. The more I gave, every time when I give, I'm like, oh, I gave. So the most logical thing is stop giving, because you will end up, your resources will wear out, right? So stop giving. Every time when I give, I'm like, okay, stop giving because you will not have enough. But I found that every time when I give, it finds its way back to me. I just get more. So it doesn't matter, like if you give, if you're creating content, as an example, when you're finished, you will think like, oh no, I'm tired and it's fun, it's done. No, just after that, you have so much more to create and so much more to talk about, right? And it's the same with conversation with people, like it's endless. But the moment when you're constricted and your vessel is closed and you're closed off, all of a sudden you don't know what to say, right? And it's the same thing with content. There are moments when I'm creating content, I'm flowing and I can talk endlessly and I can create content endlessly. But there are other moments when I feel constricted. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to create, right? So this is what this video is about. You just need to realize that it's infinite, it's abundant. So don't be scarce with your creativity. Don't be scarce with giving. So the moment when you can help someone out, help that person out. The moment when you can create content, create the content. And just give your maximum. And what I found is that more you give, the more you will get. And paradoxically, the more that you can give again. People don't understand this, but this is the best way I can explain it. Don't be scarce on your creativity. If you have an idea, act on it immediately. And don't think that your ideas will wear out. You will get endless ideas. You will get endless things to do, endless improvements. And even though you think that this is complete, like this is the best thing that you ever have created or the best thing that you ever have had, there's always something better. There's always something better to create. So that's why you need to go all in. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, give it all, give it your best. And the moment when you gave it all, that's the moment when you will have way more to give. Let's end off with that. So let me know what you think about this video. Did it help you? Is this life-changing, whatever? Subscribe to the channel for people that need more or who really want to dive deep. Or the number one thing that I was struggling with is finding out what's the thing that's blocking my success. What's the number one thing that's blocking my energy, my flow? Like, what's the thing that's blocking me? Instead of what's the thing that I need to do. Most of the time, you need to remove, let go, unblock yourself before you can flow like an open vessel. And if you need more information or more help, you can always send me a DM on Instagram. Or you can book a call, the link is in the description. It's a totally 100% free, where I help you, only for the people that need more. But this video is enough. Don't think that this video, like just watching this video is valuable by itself. You don't need more than this.